Welcome to episode 1 of Missouri Valley Water Series. The DNR today released a media release, which is what's up on the screen. It's regarding the wastewater discharge in Harrison County that reached Willow Creek. So this is wastewater discharge that came from Missouri Valley's wastewater treatment facility. So on March 18th, the DNR staff came and they did a what they call a typical observation. They do it about every 5 years. They look at the plant, they see how everything is functioning, and they give notation over things that could be done better. So in this case, there was a wastewater valve that failed to properly close, which resulted in the wastewater bypass, which made it then to Willow Creek. The DNR has a legal requirement to notify the public anytime wastewater goes into state water, which Willow Creek is state water. The facility did attempt to repair the malfunctioning valve, but they were unsuccessful. They do not know how much wastewater has been discharged in Willow Creek at this time. The DNR is asking that residents please avoid the Willow Creek area. I did call both the city and the DNR to understand the situation. I spoke with our city administrator. She was not aware that the DNR was involved in this situation. She didn't have a whole lot of information other than knowing that the valve was misfunctioning or malfunctioning. The individual from People Services had reached out to her yesterday to know that there was a malfunction, but did not notify her that the DNR was involved. We do pay upwards of $20,000 a month to People Services for those services, and they did not provide the full details. So I'm going to share a couple of calls, both the calls to the DNR and with the city administrator for transparency, so everybody knows what I said, what was said back. I did, just to give a brief summary, I did ask the DNR if they were notified about this leak prior to their visit. They said that they were not. Because of that, and because the individual working for People Services couldn't tell them the last time they had been in that area to do that review, they also could not tell the DNR how long this leak had been going on, which is why they can't say how much of a leakage there is. Because of that, the DNR has already taken samples. They have already sent those to the labs. They said they should have the results back in about a week and a half. And the only treatment is to allow the water to essentially dilute the waste. The individual from the DNR did feel confident that this would resolve fairly quickly due to the level of the water and the flow and such. So that is the good news. I am going to show you just a map really quickly. Probably most of you know exactly where Willow Creek is, but if you're new to town like I am, Willow Creek branches off of the Boyer River. So right here you can see Willow Creek. And I know some people say Boyer. I don't know what the right thing to say is. So here's Willow Creek. Okay. And then before I get you over to the audio, I do want to share with you some pictures I'm going to overlay on the audio with the city administrator, just because I think that the water plant is pretty neat. So this website here that I have up for you, this is Iowa DNR Source Water Protection Tracker. It talks about Missouri Valley's water supply, where our water source comes from. It's groundwater, our aquifer. It's got our People Services contact information, and then it has the most recent survey here from 2020. So this should be updated here pretty soon with the survey from 2026 that they've done. But what you see on this survey from 2020 are images of our treatment plant. I think they're pretty cool. So I'm putting that over the audio so you have something to look at. Do keep in mind these are from 2020, so it's very possible that things could have changed in the last 6 years. So with that, I'm going to jump into the audio first from the city administrator, then from the DNR, and then we'll close that episode out with that. But I do want to just remind everybody to avoid the Willow Creek area for at least a week and a half. And when I do get updates, I will share those as well.
City Hall, this is Turi.
Hey, Turi, it's Lori White. Hey, I've got a couple questions. I called Eric from People Services. I left him a voicemail. So
Okay.
the wastewater discharge that was coming from our water facility that has gone into Willow Creek.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
I'm sort of, yes.
Okay, so this was 2 days ago. The DNR field office, they noticed that there was an issue. Do you know
Okay.
how long that had been going on?
I don't. I can find out.
Okay, is Eric the
I
guy?
do know that
Go ahead.
I do know there was something to do with the valve, and that I believe it was going to be fixed today. But let me get all the details.
Okay. Yeah, the notice I have is that the wastewater valve failed to properly close. Wastewater's been going into Willow Creek. The facility knew about it and was attempting to repair it, but never reported it to the DNR. And the only reason the DNR knew about it was because they happened to be doing a routine inspection. So you don't,
Okay.
at this moment, don't know how long that had been going on prior to the DNR.
I do not.
Okay. And Eric will
I
be...
can find out.
Yeah, I left him a voicemail too. I'm hoping he's
Okay.
going to call me back. But it says, essentially the notice says that residents should avoid the area. No dead fish have been observed yet. And then that the DNR is going to do a further assessment. But
Okay.
when were you notified?
I was notified yesterday by Kaylin.
Is she with People Services?
Yes.
So what did she tell you? Just that there was a valve leak?
Yes, there was a valve issue, and it was supposed to be getting fixed. I believe they were going to try to have it fixed last night or early this morning.
Did she tell you that the DNR was involved?
No.
And have you seen the notice from the DNR?
No, I haven't.
Do you want me to send it to you?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to post this just so you know. I know that this is not a city issue as far as, you're not going to know about this because you're
Right.
not at the plant doing it. People Services
Right.
are doing it. I know we pay them upwards of $20,000 a month to do this, but I'm just wondering if I don't know. It seems like they dropped the ball, but obviously we don't know that yet because neither of us have actually had a chance to speak with them.
Right.
I did reach out to, so it looks like the DNR is actually publishing this.
Okay.
Brianna Martins from the DNR has her contact information. I left a voicemail for her too. So,
Okay.
all right, perfect. I just wanted to see what we knew as a city. So I appreciate your time.
You bet.
All right,
Bye.
thanks. Bye.
Lori, this is Brianna with Iowa DNR. Yeah, just returning your call.
Yeah,
What can I do for you?
well, I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit more about that notice that was released about the leakage from the valve from Missouri Valley
Mhm.
into the Willow Creek area.
Are you wanting to know anything specific or just kind of updates since?
Yeah, well, if you could tell me, it looked like you guys weren't notified by Missouri Valley, that you actually found out through a routine visit that you were doing.
Yes. So we were there on the 18th and by we, I mean me. I was there for a routine inspection. They have them every so often for this facility. It's at once every 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And we look at all of the units in the actual wastewater treatment facility. So when we were looking at this effluent wet well, we
Mhm.
noticed a trickle coming from a discharge pipe that should have been all the way shut. So when we realized that, the operator there with me tried to see if there was a way to seat the valve all the way down. She was unsuccessful at that time. Later the next day at about 11 a.m., they were able to plug the line as a temporary stop for the wastewater flow. And then just today, she actually informed me they were able to jet it, and they were able to seat the valve fully. So it is now fully stopped and repaired. As it turns out, there was some debris that had not allowed the valve to shut all the way.
Do we know how long it was leaking?
We do not.
Is that something they probably should have seen on their own?
We would definitely like them to visit that more often. She couldn't recall the exact date the last time she was there. It's not something we would necessarily require them to look at that well every so often, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So in that notice, it had said that people needed to stay away from that area, the Willow Creek area. Is that still the recommendation?
Yes. I'd give it a little bit of time. I mean, the flow was pretty decent in Willow Creek. They are taking samples too, and we're waiting for some of that stuff to come back.
Okay.
That takes a little bit of time with the lab. But as of now, we would probably keep that advisory out until we knew more.
Okay. And then when you guys get the results, will you publish those or send them to the city for the city to publish?
We do not publish them. They are their results. So yes, the city, it's up to them if they want to publish that.
Oh, they don't have to publish that?
The results, it would be public record, so it could be requested. Does that make sense?
It does, yes. But my concern is more if the city does not. So as of today, they've not put this notice out. I'm going to put the notice out to the public. But it's concerning to me if it's not a legal requirement, because that means that if the city doesn't put it out, nobody knows, and they won't know to stay away from the area.
We've put it out, so it's DNR's policy that if wastewater, a bypass, reaches the water of the state, we do the media report,
Right.
and that has been sent out. If the city would like to do that in addition to us, they can.
Okay.
But it's
they're
up
not
to me
required to.
It wouldn't be under our jurisdiction, no. If they have their own policy for it, yeah.
Well, do you know when they'll be getting the results of?
I think it's about a week and a half, depending on when they got the actual samples in there.
Okay. And how would you
and it may
treat
take
that?
It just kind of essentially it dissipates into the creek then.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
well that's great. You actually answered all my questions. I just wanted to make sure I had a
Perfect.
thorough understanding of what actually transpired. So I appreciate your time.
Yeah. Well, Lori, feel free to call back anytime if you have any additional questions.
Yeah, I appreciate
all
it.
right.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
Have a good day.